What's up, you guys? It's, of course, I'm DJ Cass, and I am back with the regular review. Of course, we had another new episode tonight, and we actually got a real new episode. Like, this one was actually supposed to be aired today. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to reviewing this one. And this one was called Just Friends. Now, the episode kicks off with Margaret, Eileen, Mordecai, and Rigby. Of course, they're at their hangout, the coffee shop there. But looks like all four of them are gonna go hang out, and then all of a sudden, Rigby's dad gets on the phone and he's telling Rigby, "Let me guess, you forgot." Rigby's like, "Well, you forgot what?" And of course, it was the return of Dawn. Of course, he has some kind of a judo, karate, whatever he was doing. So I don't even care about that. But yeah, it turns out he's got some kind of ceremony. And Rigby's father's like, if I gotta be here, then you gotta be here. And of course, like Eileen, this was hilarious. Like Eileen hears the conversation and she's like, Thomas said hi. And the father's like, hi, Eileen. Everybody seems to like Eileen in that family, except nobody likes Rigby. Like, think about that. That's family. They can't even stand him. But yeah, that's beside the point. And apparently, all four of them can hang out. And then all of a sudden, Mordecai and Margaret are left alone to hang out the whole night. And of course, they're both like, "This isn't gonna work, man. Like, seriously, how is this gonna work? You can't leave me alone with Margaret." And then, of course, Margaret kind of retorts what Mordecai said, and they both just say, whatever happens, happens. And they're like, be yourself. So of course, as they're trying to hang out, like they're trying not to make this whole hangout thing so awkward. This is the first time that it was just the two of them hanging out in a while, and it was just so awkward. Like, seriously. I mean, like, really, at first they try to go to the movies. They're trying to see, like, what movies to watch, and all they see are romantic chick flicks. Let's just say it. They're romantic chick flicks. This is called real. And then, of course, they find a movie, Carter and Briggs, but then all of a sudden the movie messes up and they have Carter and Briggs 7. And, of course, it's just a hashtag of, okay, like, I want to ask out this chick, but then of course it hashtags what Morgan and Margaret are going through. Next, they try to go to the go-kart and some more antics. Apparently it was the owner's anniversary with his lady, so he makes a lap for the lovers, and that was so corny in my opinion. I mean, like, really, you're just forcing them. Like seriously, they're just forcing. And of course Mordecai, he tries to get out of it. He has to call Rigby, but then they still have to go on like the night's on. And of course, by the way, I'm just gonna say Don was kicking butt tonight. He looked really awesome. Like, I would cheer for him regardless. Then they had to go to a Japanese restaurant. I love Japanese restaurants, by the way. I just love them performing food in front of me so I can eat it. But yeah, they go to a Japanese restaurant, and then, like, it turns out that they are trying to eat, but then all of a sudden, Morgan, he sees this table with this old man, and you want to talk about wise men. This was a wise and a man. Just an old timer giving his own advice on what he should do, but all the time he's just forcing. And apparently, you see all this kind of romantic food. I see a heart-shaped romantic steak. I see, like, geese in noodles kissing together. Like, it was just a lot. And then of course he gives them the onion source. Like, he basically shows Mordecai and Margaret what their future would be like together. And that, to me, right there, kind of killed the episode for me. I mean, this episode was pretty much you're just forcing into something that we all really know what is not going to happen. We know they're not getting back together because we're way too early into season 7. So it was just that. And of course, in the end, we all knew what they're going to say. They said that they don't want to get back together because they're young. They got stuff that they have to do on their own. So then, as it turns out, they get, like I said, they stay friends, and the guy gives them the ice creams of friendship, which I thought was so corny. But he was very good in his role, and that was Just Friends. Now, my overall thoughts on this episode, I felt like this wasn't needed. I'm just gonna be real here. I really don't feel like this episode was really needed because I don't know what it was, but it's just like I didn't like the force, the tease, the force, the teases. I mean, this kind of like just sums up like we don't know what's gonna happen. But I am glad that they just stay friends because one, it makes sense for the story. Two, and am I the only one that was glad that CJ did not make an appearance on this episode? Because I was so happy that CJ didn't make an appearance. Because I know out there we are all some of us are getting sick and tired of like seeing the romantic triangle between these two. But it's actually good to have a story like this to keep the show going. Plus, we really don't know what the future is going to happen. But it's just for me, I thought the episode was fine. I just felt like I just didn't like the teasing of it as much. But that's pretty much all I got to say. All right, guys, that was my regular show review, and I will catch you around. See you.